The future of UI UX. Where are we heading in this space? Common trends that are getting popular, like minimalism and data storytelling. We see a lot of data out there today, but the data can be boring if literally presented. So we use stories, we use our UX design skills to actually show data through applications and products. Minimalism makes sure that we throw minimum elements and we present them so elegantly that users actually enjoy consuming them. It simplifies the essential elements. A lot of white spaces are used in minimalistic designs so that there is a visual hierarchy created, as well as you can distinguish between different elements very easily. Sometimes they are functionality driven with minimal animation used so that users can stick to what is the function, what is the particular element intended to do, and they are not distracted. Data storytelling can engage users with powerful narratives. Let's understand minimalism a bit more. Colors are used thoughtfully in minimalism. It's not like you use every color that's jazzy, that's attractive, but you use the colors very purposefully. Like if you're using colors in a, let's say, a meditation app, maybe you would want to use calm colors. Contrast, it always makes one piece of content stand out from the background. It like typical contrast could be a black and white. It many times it is used by Apple on their websites when they are showcasing a particular model. Effects can be used, but they have to be used very sparingly because they could be sometimes very distracting. Small details can be well illustrated, like through micro interactions, micro copies. Minimalistic backgrounds usually are bright and they are easy to read. They use a lot of white spaces, and UI elements are usually round in the corners, and headings are large, and they use very readable fonts, not very stylistic. The photography that is used on websites is more realistic than the animated or cartoonish. Sometimes they use real life images of the product. One of the example is shown on the screen. It's the minimalistic product page. See a lot of white spaces used. The product is taking the focus. It's a real device image that is put there. It is one of the pages from Apple. Now, what is data storytelling and how does it really help? Data storytelling is usually very useful when you're creating interactive dashboards that kind of summarize every activity, whatever is happening on your application when users are using it. For example, you can use these dashboards to drill down into specific activities or understand a particular trend so that you can take certain decisions as a user. Real-time data is sometimes displayed on these dashboards where real-time visualizations are created. They can be very powerful. Contextual storytelling is often used. You create narratives, specially used story ideas to show the data. In this, universal design principles are very popular because they give you a guide on how to use visualization with data, make it accessible to all kinds of users. Idea is to basically simplify your data and make it interesting, create digestible formats so that I don't feel stressed out when I see a lot of data out there. AR VR is also another popular trend that creates an immersive way to work with your app. But of course, for AR VR to work, you need additional devices. The user would need additional devices too. Voice and gesture control, that has become very popular. Like on your mobile, you can always use voice to operate it, like okay Google, or you say Alexa, and the system responds. Gesture control, like when you're clicking, you flip your device and the device knows in which direction to move the screen, or the landscape mode changes to portrait, or when you're watching a movie, then it adjusts itself. But not all applications allow that, so you have to take care of that. You have that feature in your design. Data privacy and security, big concern for most of the users. Only when they trust that you have the capability to take care of all that, will they use your app. Sometimes you have those APKs that you download, they are not on the Play Store. So users are very skeptical of downloading and installing. But if it's on the Play Store, they trust it. Transparency is important and it is required for you to have in algorithms. When you're presenting, when you're using data, analyzing it, make sure that users know what's happening. Sometimes nowadays we find AI driven insights, they are added to applications, like normal applications like Canva. They have now come up with the AI version, Hey AI. Even big applications like Salesforce, they have their own Einstein as the AI application. Everybody is now experimenting with AI, so why not you also do it? Now, to accelerate the process of UX design, lot of new features, tools, and ideas have come up. For example, to accelerate user research, you can use automation. You can automate repetitive tasks. There are things like sentiment analysis, feedback analysis, user behavior tracking. Tools are available for all that. If you are interviewing your users, you can use NLP, natural language programming, to create transcriptions of those interviews. A Neuron Predict is one example of that. It is an app that allows you to conduct eye tracking studies on specific designs. So you present the design to your user, and wherever user looks, the application can actually track that. Where is the attention going? So you know where is the prominent element, how will the user flow. You understand all that. It can also predict the user behavior based on this eye tracking research. To enhance user experience, you can do personalization, customization. You can also use real-time visualization, AR, VR, ML, AI. All these new advances in technology can be very useful for you. For example, Netflix. Netflix provides personalized recommendation based on specific series or specific movies you have watched. So it gives you a display like, because you have watched this particular series or movie, they recommend you certain other movies. They also show you the percentage of match that you have. This creates a unique experience for users, and there is a high chance that when you see, okay, these are recommended based on my area of interest, maybe these movies are exactly what I would like to watch, so the chances of the user actually watching it increases. Sometimes you also automate certain processes like prototyping, designing layouts, doing user testing. There are tools available to automate these things. Adobe XD and Sketch, they allow you to do rapid prototyping. They allow designers to create and as well as iterate designs. Sometimes users are looking for more conversations. They don't want to wait for a person to actually interact with them, and they want to find out more information. For these people, you can create conversational systems like voice over interface, or you can create micro interactions. Chatbots can be in place. Nowadays, AI chatbots are very friendly. Virtual assistants can be created. Make the life of your user easy, in short. Amazon Alexa is one example of voice user interface. That enables users to give voice commands. You ask Alexa, play an animal sound or play the sound of nature, and it plays. You ask Amazon Alexa to check your email, it does it. Read your social media post, it does it. So you just have to give the command, a voice command, and rest will be done by the technology. What else? Sometimes as designers, we also have biases that can affect our design, where we do not presume things, and we should be open where when users need to evaluate your designs. But if we are biased, then it can severely affect the impact of your design. In that case, there are some ways you can address these biases. For example, ethical designs, they promote accessibility, privacy, security. There are guidelines available for that. There is an ethical design manifesto here that you can go through. You can just Google it. There is also an ethics checklist, design justice network principles. Microsoft uses inclusive design principles like that. They primarily focus on creating products that are accessible to all kinds of users. Thank you very much for listening to us.